What's up, gang? You know, my partner's not here. The code to my end, you know what I'm saying? Because we ain't code together, you know what I'm saying? We react together. But we gotta get straight into it. Welcome back to another video. Let's get it.
I am in therapy.
I am in therapy.
I am in therapy.
I'm in therapy.
I'm in therapy.
I'm in therapy.
I am in therapy. All right, let's talk about trauma.
Trauma dumping?
Dive right into it. What if we started like this? What if we all talk about maybe when we started therapy, how many therapists we've seen probably, and then can we end it with something that we're grateful for?
This one's gonna be tough and try to suss them out because we all went through some type of trauma. We all have some type of problem, right? But not everybody's seeing a therapist. I got my own problems. I'm not seeing a therapist. I never seen a therapist. A lot of you had your own problems. Probably seen a therapist. Probably didn't. So it's gonna be hard unless they specifically talking about their therapist. Then it's gonna be hard to like suss them out.
Sure, I love that.
My name's Franco. I've been in therapy for about a year and a half. I'm grateful to just be a better communicator just because of it. You know, just able to talk properly, not just throwing my emotions out.
I've been in therapy since 2019, which would be sophomore year for me in high school. I've actually only had one, and I feel really, really lucky for that. But my dad is a therapist, and my mom is like a counselor, and so they were able to find me
Somebody!
a therapist in sophomore year.
I was a little suspicious because, like, oh, his parents are therapists. As a natural young man, you're rebellious against your parents. That would already make me not like therapy at all.
I've been going to therapy for about 4 years now. I think the beautiful thing about therapy is like you have the option to choose what's best suited for you. You shouldn't just like give up on it. And right now I'm currently working with a therapist. We talk every Wednesday and it's been like phenomenal. We've been with each other for almost a year now. I love it.
I'm Cameron. I've been doing therapy for about 2 years. I went through two. One was a school therapist, and so I found another therapist outside of school, and he's been fantastic. So I've been working with him for about 2 years.
Cameron sounds so
I'm Marcus.
Already.
I've been going to therapy now
Already
officially
watching
I'd say
you.
a little over 9 months. So it's still new-ish.
It's an easy excuse for a mole to be like, I've only been in therapy for not that long, so I might not have all the terminology or the ability and the skills to express myself and have the conversation.
I'm Beth, and I've been in therapy for 6 months now. I'm on my first therapist, and things have been going great. The thing that I was looking for was a gay man of color, just because they have that, they just understand the culture and kind of what we've all been through.
I'm Gerardo. I started therapy probably when I was in middle school, but it was very on and off. And I guess what I've struggled with is just, like you guys said, I think finding someone who could resonate with your life path is really what I'm looking for. And I think with my current therapist, you also have to put in the work and be honest. Like, I think that's a key thing too.
Gerardo
Like,
kinda
if you
sounds
lie to
sus,
your
too.
therapist, they can't help you. I'm realizing that part of it is putting in the work myself and being able to be honest with my therapist. And at first, we weren't really vibing, but we were starting to get each other now.
Hey, good humans. It's
Gerardo's
John.
talking
Thank
too
you,
much.
BetterHelp, for sponsoring this portion of today's video. BetterHelp is the world's largest therapy service, and it's 100% online. With BetterHelp, you can video call.
Ain't
There's
nobody
BetterHelp
trying to hear that.
That's betterhelp.com/Jubilee Media.
Boy!
For sponsoring.
Do not vote for who they think. Back to our regular entertainment. Cyrus.
Finding out that he has family that is in the therapy profession, I was like, that's a little convenient.
But he's also
I came
white.
in here and I was like, all right, there's probably two strategies. If I was the mole, I would be either leading the conversation
You are a mole.
or really quiet. I'd probably do what he's doing if I was the mole.
He was talking a lot, huh? Oh no, Viv. Oh, never mind. That wasn't him. Gerardo.
The tie is between Veth and Cirrus.
I started therapy to help me work through some traumatic experiences that I went through in early high school. I believe the type of therapy that my therapist specializes in is called narrative therapy. He has me kind of walk through my experiences that I went through And then he helps me like shift my perspective on them away from, wow, this was this horrible thing that happened to me.
Yeah, camera, bro. This thing's not even paying
That happened
attention.
in early high school, and I've been seeing him for 2.5 years.
In high school,
So
2.5 years.
since starting therapy, I've learned a bunch of different coping mechanisms. One of the things that brought me into therapy was abusing alcohol.
I'm so sorry, but I wanna speak just like this guy, but I know it's gonna sound messed up and probably low key racist. So I started therapy when I was like 7 years old. I'm so sorry, bro. I wanna do it so
going
bad.
through
I'm bad at this.
Kind of just the very beginning stages of learning
Bentley again.
different mental disorders like ADHD and starting to work with psychiatrists and everything. Good luck.
I guess we talk about like reasons that we went into therapy. So around 2016, there was a motorcycle accident that took the life of one of my closest friends from the Marine Corps. Obviously, with the military, less prolonged use of alcohol. So like,
I'm gonna say this right now, Daniel. If you're lying, you're messed up. Like, never joke about death. Whether it's someone you don't know, you could be made up. But like, people that be joking about that, that's why I don't even be like, try to come with an excuse to be like, oh, you know, my dog died, this and that. So if this ain't true, you're messed up, Daniel. Daniel.
that's never an easy thing to deal with. I was like, okay, if I don't get help now, I'm about to self-sabotage and literally, like, we probably wouldn't even be having this conversation.
Yeah, so I went about 2 years ago. I started going. It started off with like I got out of a relationship that was pretty. It shouldn't have been really brutal, but it really was brutal on me. And then I realized that all the relationships around me were the same as that, and so they're all hollow. And so I realized I was looking at other people to get value from them.
As men too, I don't know how you guys feel, but it's kind of taught that we're not supposed to feel,
No.
and then we learn how to suppress our emotions. I always thought I was a people pleaser, but I know I've also hurt people. I have a substance abuse problem, and I like to say hurt people, but healed people, heal people.
He sounded so scripted. Not saying that what he says wasn't genuine, but it just sounded so rehearsed that I was like, okay, that might be something.
No, I definitely agree with you, you know, especially like in the black culture, you know, it's a stigma for us to just even talk about like our emotions. Like we mask a lot of our emotions in humor because that's just how like we talk about stuff. But
Absolutely.
you know, especially myself being military, it's like I got like 3 whammies against me. It's like military, black man, yeah, we need to talk about this stuff.
For sure.
My man trying to like, yeah, Cameron needs to go.
Seemed
Cameron
too
needs to go.
animated. Like maybe he's trying to convince me that he's not the mole.
A lot of people don't know this, but if you were to YouTube it to
Shut up.
Damn guys, you did me dirty.
Too
That's okay.
animated, my boy.
If you think the mole is still in the box and you'd like to continue the game, raise your hand.
Yeah.
Going back to the aspect of being a people pleaser, like at a certain point, I kind of lost what my identity was. And so I was just like, I would kind of blend into whatever anybody needed at that point in
You don't
time.
even see that.
Yeah,
It's so hard to
yeah,
say.
and so I just wasn't processing that I wasn't looking after myself at all or what I wanted. Like I thought, oh, you know, got to get married, have kids. That's what you do.
I'm sorry.
And then I asked myself, why do I want that? And it's like, because my parents did that.
That could potentially be a strategy too. Is kind of get
Yo,
kind of
Cameron,
lost in
bro.
the noise.
Get this dude out of here.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy. Okay.
Type attitude. So I was like, okay, if I was a mole, that could be easy to find a lie in there.
I feel you 100% on that. I'm like, I'm in my 30s. Haven't held a relationship down for X amount of time. It's like, and my parents never pressured me to get married or have children. I always put the pressure on myself. Never. So like, even just trying to deal with that when therapy is like something to talk about right now.
I resonate so heavily with what you're saying about being whoever you need to be for the people around you. That's been
I'm sorry.
the biggest thing for me lately is figuring out how to put my own needs first so hard. So
It's exhausting.
They become a pillar of your life, and then that pillar gets ripped out, and then you fall. You know.
Right.
Yeah, Cameron trying to like fit in some
I
words
noticed
just so he could.
Our therapy session was
Justify
going along.
himself.
He kind of pulled back.
Honestly, at that point, I was just grasping for straws. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Box and you want to continue the game, raise your hand.
I really
Was that a
I
raise?
think we got
I-
it.
I think we got it.
I guess I feel like we got the person out, but like, yeah, I feel like,
And I can let it go.
yeah.
I feel like I trust all of your stories, and I relate to all your stories a lot. So.
Just the white boy with the therapist first.
Sorry, you want to end it?
It's
Yeah, I
crazy.
mean, call it.
We're gonna end it.
If the
They called
lights
it.
turn green, that means that you have voted the mole out and you all win. If the lights turn red, that means the mole is still in the box and you lose. 3,
Do they get money?
2, 1.
This is why I have trust issues.
I trust too easily.
Sometimes
Okay.
it's good to have trust issues. Go with your gut.
Will the mole reveal themselves
Okay.
in 3, 2,
Daniel better not be. Oh, it is Cyrus.
I knew it. I knew it. Okay.
I
voted in
sorry.
No. Your poker face is absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
I thought Aladdin.
So, almost everything I said was true. My whole story, everything. My parents are therapists. I have seen a therapist before.
My guess was that, like, once you said that your parents were therapists, that gave me sort of like a suspicion. I'm like, maybe he just knows certain terminologies because he
It
grew up in a
definitely
household.
helped. It definitely
It had
helped.
to.
Yeah,
It
and
had to.
I really appreciate all the conversations we had though. I felt like
No,
this was really awesome.
It's lighthearted. It's
This
fun.
dude is literally a man baby. He has a baby
Yeah,
face,
you know what? Like, men
long
can be
hair,
vulnerable
deep
and
voice.
share and not one at one point in time that I feel judged or chastised.
Yeah.
For anything that I say.
Why do you think some men are still hesitant to go to therapy?
I'm a huge proponent for therapy for everyone. I think it's really important for a lot of people, and I think it is a really helpful resource. And I think we need to work to destigmatize it.
I'll say one last thing
Absolutely.
real quick. Because I feel like I have
Talk, my brother.
to use this platform. And I also, with the story I was telling you about with the gentleman that died in the motorcycle accident, I
It
actually
was
keep a
true.
bracelet with his name on here. His name's Lance Corporal Malik Andre Baxter. So I gotta, take this time to send my love to his family and to all the people in my old unit who have either taken their lives or have lost their lives through unfortunate circumstances. So this is for you guys.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That should have been me.
He won money? The white boy with the therapist's parents?
Pay for my therapy.
Parents? Parents? That's crazy.
Welcome to the.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok, and flat out deceived.
Nah. Ain't no way, boy, ain't no way. He better not win money. The white boy with the therapist's parents, that means both mother and father are therapists. That means that is a 1% household. Like, income, household, bubba blah blah blah. All that stuff. What I just said doesn't make sense. Just like how he won doesn't make sense. Any of man. Anyways, on a real note though, a lot of people are going through some things. Whether you want to see a therapist or not, it's all about who you speak with, right? Who you're comfortable with. A lot of people aren't comfortable with speaking to I don't want to say like a stranger, but yeah, a stranger type way. But it will be good to speak to a professional. They may or may not help. Personally, I don't want to do that. But that's why I have friends, right? That's why I have people that I actually trust, people that I actually care for, and I could speak to them about. But a lot of you, you may not have people you could go to. You may not have a best friend. You may not have a close friend you could speak with. You may not have someone that is close to you, that's someone you trust to speak with. So if you're going through some type of thing, you know, find someone. I know it's hard trusting people, especially when it comes to your personal problems, your personal things. It'd be tough sometimes, not gonna lie, but, you know, find someone. And especially when it comes, if it's just you and your parents, a lot of us don't want to speak to our parents, especially if you're young, if you're like in high school right now, in middle school, you know, those are the ages where it's crazy. You know, you're going through some things, your friends, people you thought were your friends, your betrayal, people you like, you love, betrayal, schoolwork, homework, all of that. You know, life be tough, you know. You know, just because we're young doesn't mean life is not tough, because a lot of these problems, the trauma that we have, it all starts from a young age and it builds up into our adulthood, right? So if you could fix and help the problem from the get-go, from the beginning, it'll help you along the way. So if you're going through something, try to find somebody. If you don't have anybody, try to get professional help. It may be costful. I'm not sure how much these things cost, but yo, just know there's someone out there that loves you. Even if you don't want to talk to your parents, just know they love you. If you hate your parents, that's a different thing. If they're, especially, like, not even to joke, if they're the ones that's causing you these problems, these trauma, right? Try to talk to somebody, you know. If it doesn't work out with the first person, try it with the second. Because, you know, if at first you don't succeed, try again. You have 3 different, to be honest, you have multiple chances, but give it 3 chances. It may not be with the same person, but just give it 3 chances. And then hopefully, you know, everything goes good. But yeah, Anko Gang out. On to the next video. Yes, sir.